back everyone, and I come to you with a bloomin' beauty war wound here and here that's settled down again. For some reason my blade that is attached to my dermaplane stick had been removed. Another curious incident in this house. So I couldn't find the stick but I had the blade, so I just thought, oh well, I wanted to do an eye tubing mascara. Let me just get that right again. I wanted to do a tubing mascara film for you, and obviously I was going to go closer on my eyes, and I had lots of fuzz. Got quite a fuzzy vellus hair complexion, especially just blonde ones all the way around my eyebrows, but not that many hairs on my actual eyebrow shave. I'm sure many of you can sympathise with this. Why do we grow hair in places that we don't want hair? And then when we do want it in that place, it's a little bit sparse. Anyway, so I thought, oh, well, I'll just get the blade and I'll just take my hair off. No, I took my skin off instead. So that's why that blob is there. The sun has come out, celebrations. It's me chatting to you again, which is very much my happy place. Let me just pull these blinds down just very slightly so that you don't get too much distortion. That should be a little bit better. Right, I thought, oh, and I'll just kick the camera too. I thought that I would talk through tubing mascaras. It's been a while since I've done one, and I'm quite staggered at how many people are not really clear or understand the value of tubing mascaras. I actually went to a shop, I'm not going to tell you which one because what's the point? It's a shop that just does this one particular brand of makeup. So I just want to check, this mascara you have, I just want to double check it is tubing. I couldn't find the ingredients list and I wanted to be doubly sure. She went, tubing? And I was like, tubing mascara. We don't sell mascaras in tubes. Well, I mean, sort of are tubes, really, if you want to be pedantic about it. But no, I meant tubing mascaras. Anyway, she didn't even know herself, and she was a makeup artist and she worked in this shop. So it clearly needs to be talked about more. I know many of you are beauty connoisseurs who follow me, and I love getting all the feedback. It's so good. I think you are making me spend as much money as I'm probably making you spend. Not that we're forced, but it's a nice thing to do, isn't it? Anyway, so tubing mascaras, what is the point of tubing mascaras? Well, they're very different to waterproof mascaras. As we talked about, the Beauty Pie one is fantastic. If you want a waterproof mascara, and if you are doing a lot of swimming, then I would probably say waterproof mascara is better. But tubing mascara is amazing if, one, you have really sensitive eyes. Two, if you are sensitive to the fibres that are in the mascara. Secondly, if you've got hay fever or you've got really watery eyes, blocked tear ducts, whatever it is, tubing mascara is great for that. It's very different to a normal mascara, and you will be able to identify what a tubing mascara is simply by the way that it removes itself. You can emulsify a normal mascara. You have to obviously add oil to break down a waterproof mascara, but a tubing mascara only actually removes with warm water. That's why I say if you're swimming and maybe you're in the Caribbean or something like that, it might not work. You will find that when you put water, warm water on your eyelashes, it comes off, and it comes off. I like to call tubing mascara like little socks for your eyelashes. Actually, maybe not socks, maybe long stockings, because the lashes are quite long, right? Socks would only just cover the tips. So we're going to go for nice stockings of our eyelashes. Now on they go, and the plastic polymers just kind of seal over each individual lash. Now, and then they dry and then they stay there until the water breaks them down. Now that's fantastic. The only downside is that you might not get the volume that you want. It's the same sort of issue with the waterproof mascara. So it's finding those ones that work for you. There's a Japanese brand, this is the first one that I ever used, the tubing mascaras, years ago, because it was very popular in our makeup industry, especially in the film industry, and especially for actresses, having very close-up natural beauty shots. It's a company called DHC. I can't find it, it's in my kit somewhere, but for the life of me, I can't find it, which is obviously not great if I want to use it at work, but anyway. I've spoken about it before on my channel. It's silver, it's Japanese, and it's very affordable. DHC is a great a Japanese brand that delivers high-performing products at a good price point, if you wish to know. And probably that's the most affordable out of all of the ones I'm going to show you. So we've got a little selection here for beauty connoisseurs. You might, whoops, get an idea of which ones are your favourites. Again, contact lens wearers, you will really appreciate a tube mascara. And people who end up with, as my friend says, racoon eyes at the end of the day. If you're one of those people who are just like, oh God, I literally cannot keep mascara on. And that will be a lot to do with your skin type, whether your skin's a little bit oilier, because the mascara pigment tends to dilute, whether your eyelashes sit very straight next to your skin. Every time you blink, obviously you're pushing your eyelashes towards your skin, and therefore you're kind of creating that contact, which then creates the pigment. You can't really get away with that. Yes, of course, you can use a primer, and yes, of course, you can set underneath your eyes, but if it's hot and humid and you're busy, you're probably always going to get a little bit of pigment stain underneath your lower lashes. But what you can do is actually use, and you are struggling with that, use the tubing mascara just on your lower lashes, and then use your favourite mascara on your top lashes. So therefore you get the volume and therefore you get the lift, but underneath where you get most contact from lash to skin, so you avoid that darkness underneath, that's when that won't happen. So you can just use mascara. I know I'm saying, right, you can use 2 mascaras, but if that's your issue and that's your annoyance, then why not? Right, let's get on with it. So we've talked about Japanese DHC. The next lovely, lovely favourite is Lash Slick by Glossier. Love Glossier. I love this brush. I love the packaging. It's a pleasure to use. It gives a very natural lash. It's got a graduated spiky bristle wand, which allows the mascara to go on really, really quickly and really naturally. Now, I've got a few mascaras, so I might just show you this at the bottom of my lashes and then do the others in different ones, so you can see that it literally goes on like a tint. And if you want to buy someone who has very natural lashes, or wants a very natural lash look, or any young girls, any teenagers first going into makeup, I think this is a brilliant option. I absolutely love this mascara. As you can see from what I said, it's very light, but you get the definition and it stays put. I mean, it's as simple as that. So that is the Glossier Lash Stick. Absolutely highly recommend. Now, if you've done your research in tube mascaras, you will probably also be very familiar with Clinique Lash Power Mascara. Now, this is fantastic as it's really easy to remove, as the Glossier one is, but it comes in brown as well as black. And actually, that's something I haven't really considered or thought about until a friend of mine said it the other day, and I was like, oh my God, there isn't many colours with tube mascaras, just black. So well done Clinique for doing that. I'll show you the brown one. It's called Dark Chocolate. And again, let me just show you, the brush has got finer bristles, much finer than Glossier, but it's slightly thicker. So let me just see, I don't really want to put that, just move my mirror slightly there, just to show you. So I'll go backwards and forwards. So you get a little bit more on. You can see the difference there. A little bit more on straight away. It's a little wetter and it's a little glossier. Glossier than Glossier. Well, thank goodness I haven't had a drink. Right, pop that on. Nice and delicately. And also you find that the brushes are very slight. So this is very minute difference, but the brown is great. If you're pale in complexion, you've got very pale lashes, not much pigment in your lash, so actually when you put black on, it just looks the contrast looks too strong. Brown is a really, really nice option. But Lash Power Mascara is absolutely fantastic. So that's 3 to start with. Now, the next 3 I have to show you, another famous one which I love very much is the Volume Mascara by Kevyn Aucoin. Let's see, get that in focus for you. You've probably got it upside down. I love the slimness of this, and I absolutely love this brush. In fact, I think this is the favourite one. It's a twizzling. It's like a helter-skelter wand, goes round and round and round, and it's really jam-packed and tight. So you get lots of mascara on, so it gets it a little bit denser. Okay, that's why I love that one. So it does give you a little bit more volume. The only thing is you have to be really careful that this doesn't dry out too much. So always keep it tight, and that's also the feedback that I've heard from the Victoria Beckham Future Lash Mascara, that people really loved that mascara, but again, it didn't have much of a lifespan. It did dry out. I have had this quite a while and it's absolutely fine, but just make sure you keep the lid really, really tight, and I do like the brush very much on this. MAC Extended Play. Now this is actually quite difficult to get off, it's so good. I really like it because it's really, really black. Again, the brush is really, really delicate and fine, slightly more spaced out, so again, quite a natural finish. This is £18, but it really, really stays put. Okay, so the one that I love the most, well, I can't really decide between the Kevyn Aucoin and the Hourglass. I'm a huge fan of Hourglass. This is Unlocked. So very different to Caution, same gold packaging, different shape. And the brush on this is, again, it goes to a very fine point with nice dense bristles, so you can get control. So why don't I do one Hourglass, one Kevyn, and then you can see the difference. So let's go in with the Hourglass Unlocked. And this kind of gives lots of length as well. You see, this actually does make quite a difference, but still you won't get that thickness, which is great if you've got very long, fine eyelashes. If you put something on that's too volumizing, what happens is that it just ends up being very thick and cloggy, and then you spend all your time just trying to get them nice and separated. I also came across this lovely wire, which I always use at work, lash comb, which I realised that I don't really do that on myself. I'm a little bit, don't want to say slapdash. I love doing my own makeup. I love the transformation that it gives me and kind of just like the sense of pulling myself together. But when I'm at work, I always use these metal combs, and this one is really nice because it's shaped to the eye. So I've been using this on myself, and I thought, oh, this is a good tip to share with everyone, because normally they're straight. And if you are one of those people who likes a delicate lash, quite frankly, the more mascara I can get on my eyes in the quickest amount of time, for me, suits me perfectly. But if you do like quite a precise, delicate lash, I would use this if I was shooting kind of like a beauty editorial or sort of close up, because it really, really helps to elongate the lashes and to make sure the mascara is separating the lashes. Whereas the plastic ones are just hopeless, really, because it ends up pushing the lashes together. So I really do like this tool if you like something to be a little bit more perfect. So there we are, that's the Hourglass Unlocked. So let's go in on the other side with, whoopsie daisy, with the Volume Mascara. So instantly with this one, you can probably see that because the bristles are so dense, I get a nice deposit of mascara at the root. So this one just gives a little bit more definition. And I find that I've got a little bit more control. Yeah, yes, I'm going to go back to this one being my favourite. I have to say, I just like the brush. I do like the Hourglass. Well, I like all of them for different reasons. I mean, this is nice. Oh, sorry, let me just turn that off. I mean, obviously we're talking about a minute difference, but I think if you want a little bit more lift, and I need that lift just to open out my eyes, then the Kevyn one works really. I mean, it's a bit rude, isn't it, calling him the Kevyn? The Kevyn Aucoin one, Volume Mascara, works well. If you've got longer, thinner lashes, I think the Unlocked will work really well for you. It's almost like not even choosing the mascara that does the job. It's kind of connecting the mascara that works with your lashes, right? And what you need to boost your lashes, or what your style of lashes is. I mean, it's just so blooming complicated, isn't it? So yes, if you've got thick, long lashes, you don't want anything that is too overpowering. And if you've got short lashes, you don't want something that's a brush that's too spaced out, because then you never get the depth of product on it where you need that. So that's a little masterclass in tubing, and I have to say, And the Glossier, the Clinique, the MAC one all work so brilliantly underneath the lower lashes. And if you've never tried it before, just try it on your lower lashes and wear your normal mascara on top and just see how your makeup works throughout the day, because there's nothing nicer than going to the bathroom and maybe checking yourself out in the mirror and going, oh yes, not going, oh God, I've got mascara halfway down my face, especially as a makeup artist. And of course that happens because that's life, right? Things do smudge. But tubing mascara is fantastic, and it's little polymers that collect together to kind of encase each lash, and they stay put, and you remove it very gently with warm water. You won't be able to remove it with soap. I mean, it's a funny thing. You sort of put it on, it sort of like sticks a little bit, but just warm water just over your eyes and it just comes off, and you do feel the plastic. You just feel the little bits of plastic and it just dissolves and goes, well, it doesn't dissolve obviously, does it? But it goes down to the drain. Right, I just wanted to not just give you one little nugget. I wanted to just share something else which I have been loving. And this is the Sun-Kissed Glow Bronzer from Charlotte Tilbury. I don't often get excited about a product or think, well, I do get excited about a product, that's a complete lie. But this I really, really like, and it feels new, and the formula feels very sheer and fresh and easy to use, and it comes in 5 different colours. This is the palest colour, it goes right up to the dark. Sorry, I've got that down there. That's the palest colour, and I'm going to use 2. Now, it's very different to, see it'll be well used on these. So you can see that looks paler now, but I've got a little bit of warmth and I want to kind of more of a browny finish to my skin. Now the sun's gone in, now the light's gone flat. Oh well, can't win, can you? Compared to something that is more creamy, I think a lot of people are comparing this to the Chanel cream bronzer. It's very dry, but creamy, okay? I love, so it's not greasy. So you put it on and it just goes so soft. I'll show you, I'll put it on for you. And it feels really nice and it really lasts, and it's great for shaping. I'm going to use, I would recommend, highly recommend using a firm brush with this, otherwise you'll just end up wafting it around. Because it's a firm product, you're going to need to have some tension in the brush, okay? So just swirl around. You'll get a lot of product on the brush, okay? So just put it in the palm of your hands first, and then just take it around the forehead. Perimeter of the face, and then keep swirling round. I just love the tone. I really, really love the tone of this bronzer. I'm going to take it just across the bridge of my nose and underneath my chin. It's really, really nice. Yeah, I really do prefer this product to the formula of the Chanel. I feel that it's kind of like next generation on. It's super sheer, it's super light. You cannot feel it on your skin, but it's giving my face quite a lot of depth and shape, but it feels like you're sort of putting air on your face. It feels really, really light. It's not powdery, so my face still feels, I was going to say my face still feels like skin. My face still looks like it's sort of a natural skin finish is what I'm trying to say, not a powdery, bronzy makeup finish. So yes, really, really like these. So if you're looking for a new bronzer, I have to say pop into Charlotte Tilbury, because for a moment, Charlotte Tilbury, I thought, oh dear, I'm not sure whether it was after she had sold it, but it was going really sparkly and really glossy, and I just thought it had lost the edge of makeup artistry from a professional standing point. It was becoming very kind of Instagram and kind of glow, and I was sort of losing that kind of aesthetic of her professional edge to it. But this product has kind of made me believe back in the brand again. So really, really love this. I'll finish off with one of my Rose Inc Anemone blusher. Do try and use the similar products all the time, and I do really, really like this. I know many of you were asking me actually about the Rose Inc foundations that I was using, the serums, the Skin Enhanced Luminous. I actually used the 6 and I used the 2 because I was blending them in, and these are the only 2 colours that I had. But if you are a similar skin tone to me, then I would say a 4. It's very, very light, but the 6 would probably be too dark, but that was the one that I used in the film. Oh, excuse me. I've had a wretched cough, not COVID, but if I'm sure many of you have had, if you've been poorly since this time after the pandemic, oh my God, it really knocks you, doesn't it? Anyway, clear my throat. So yes, that was the rose ink colour. I know many of you were asking, and I'm sorry that I didn't put it in. I tried to find some of your comments of the day and I couldn't, so I do apologise. So finger, I'm just going to pat that round. I do like to break up a little bit of a bronze, especially if I'm not wearing much colour in my face, apart from a nice war wound, beauty war wound, of course. And maybe I'll put a little bit of that on my lips. I tell you, I've really been loving, well, actually it's turned into a bit of a favourites video now, but it's nice just to share with you all the top tips. My Rare Beauty, I mentioned this before, Nearly Natural. It's a really lovely, lovely texture, and you just know when you sort of keep coming back to things. And I don't have even lips, but this stays put and it just keeps on giving. It's a really nice silky balm. It's not sticky. I love the colour. It kind of just neutralises the pink in my lips. And it looks great against a really sort of strong colour top. And there we are. So tubing mascaras and just a little bit more. So just nice to recap on people that are struggling with kind of depositing pigment underneath their eyes, sensitive eyes, contact lens wearers, going on holiday, and just basically keeping your lashes looking perfect all day. Try out a tubing mascara and I hope it makes all the difference for you. I look forward to reading your comments below as always, and as always, thank you everyone. Bye for now.